Welcome back to Mad Talks Football, and Manchester United have made their first official bid for Tijjani Reijndeers to AC Milan. It is 60 million euros plus add-ons, and the reports are coming in that AC Milan have sort of rejected that bid as they want more for the Dutch midfielder. I mean, it is a big bid, and the rumors have been that Manchester City have been interested. And it is going to be a massive signing for Manchester City if they can pull it off. I mean, he was the midfielder of Serie A midfielder of the season. He has been immense for AC Milan, even though Milan's season has not been that good. But Reijndeers has, been the star of that team. He has stepped up, and he has already shown what he's capable of at such a young age as well. So you expect he's gonna go for a big amount of money. But for the fact that they have refused the 60 million euros a bit, that's a big thing. I think they are holding it for about 20 million euros more. So it's gonna be a big signing for Manchester City. The talks are ongoing between the clubs, but it feels like Manchester City are really going in for that. I think Guardiola needs that. I mean, with De Bruyne going as well, he needs somebody who he can really trust. It's going to be that he's not going to play that De Bruyne that number 10 sort of a role. He's going to play that behind the role. He can go ahead and he can attack as well. It's going to be more like sort of is going to play like that Declan Rice sort of a role, in my opinion, that he can go ahead and he can attack and he can score that, make those late runs and score that goals as well. But he's equally as good defensively as well. I mean, if he was British, let's be very honest, it would be £100 million player, and I'm not even getting his that special. And I think that is why Manchester City really are really going for it. And I mean, Manchester City are lucky in a way that not many clubs in Europe at the moment want a big centre midfielder, and they are not going for a centre midfielder, and not many of them need a centre midfielder in that position, and that is why they are lucky that they are getting Reijndeers, and there is not much competition from any of them. So Manchester City can play that hand with AC Milan. But if we look at Milan, I mean, Milan are really they have been really clever with this situation as well. They knew how good of a season Reijndeers were having. They realized quite early on that they were not going to make the Champions League, and it was looking hard that they might qualify for European football at all. So early on in February or March this season, they extended his contract till 2030. So they know they have a huge amount of a number of years on his contract left as well, about 5 years on his contract are remaining, so they can play the hard game as well. I think it'll be a long game. Either Manchester City, because the fact that Manchester City don't have any competition, they can try to play it out, but they would know that if somebody can come in and try to steal the deal. It is very hard to steal a deal from Manchester City, but you never know, anything can happen in world of football. So I think it will not go as long as possible, because City would want to finish this as quickly as possible. In my opinion, the first bid has been made. It might take a couple of weeks, but in my opinion, the only destination Reijndeers is gonna go is, I think it will be to Manchester City. I don't think any other club is really interested in him, because the fact is not many clubs need that type of a midfielder currently, in my opinion. And as I said before, that's really helping Manchester City. I understand Reijndeers. I think the personal terms have sort of been agreed till now. The contract has been made. That's why. Because I think they have gotten a green light from Reijndeers. You understand his situation as well. Milan are not going to be in the Champions League next season. He doesn't really think that they are going to challenge for the title. The squad that they have, they have brought in Massimo Allegri. That is a big thing for Milan. They have gotten a new head coach, but the playing style for Allegri is quite different to the playing style that was being done at Milan currently. So I think he knows that it's not going to work out. In his opinion, that it's not going to work out for Milan. I think he thinks that they are not going to challenge for the title, which I agree with, to be very honest. As of now, I don't think Milan don't have a good enough score to go ahead and challenge for the title next year. We don't know what's going to happen in the summer. But as of now, that's the scenario. So he's thinking he can go to Manchester City. They are going to be in the Champions League. They are going to challenge for the title. Let's be very honest, Manchester City are going to be in that title race next year yet again. And I think that's going to be very crucial. And Reijndeers wants to be a part of that team. And there's a big chance, there's more chances of winning trophies at Manchester City than at Milan. And of course, the huge salary that he's going to get, the huge pay rise that he's going to get at Manchester City, that he's not going to get at Milan. So all in all, it's a big deal for the player as well. He's a young guy as well, so he goes to Manchester City. He can play there for a number of years, and he can win multiple trophies, which is not gonna it's not gonna happen in my opinion at Milan, unfortunately. Milan, they are gonna play hardball in my opinion. They have, as I said, they have the 60 million euros plus the add-ons, so it's not 60 million upfront. I think they want 80 million euros plus add-ons. So they want more money upfront, and then they want to add the add-on. So I think it is going to go on for a couple of weeks in my opinion, but I think this deal will go through smoothly, because again the benefit that Manchester City have is there is no competition as of now, and I think that is really helpful for them. But I still think Milan are going to play the hardball because of the amount of money they can get, because they really want to reinvest in their squad, and they want to give Allegri a good amount of budget to play with when he and to see what he wants to do. I guess Allegri wouldn't really want Reijndeers to go from the club, but still he doesn't really he has been announced just today morning, so he doesn't really have that much of a say on the deal that has already been agreed in my opinion in principle. So I think he would be like, okay, if he wants to leave, let him go, and let me get me as much money as you can from Manchester City. And I think that's what the deal between Milan and Allegri has. Reijndeers coming in that Manchester City, I think he's going to be a really important player. As I said, he was the Sevilla midfielder of the season. He is gonna come in and he's gonna help that Manchester City defense. We saw what happened to them when Rodri left. That was a huge blow. Him next to Rodri, I mean, that midfield is already looking so much better than what Manchester City had this season. That's going to be really, really influential. And he, the way that he plays the game, the way that he carries the ball, the way that he's when you watch Reijndeers play and when you watch AC Milan this season, the only one player that you really wanted to watch was him. The way he just, it's like so effortlessly he plays the game of football. Yeah, it is just mesmerizing, and it's going to be really, really good. And coming into that Pep side, playing the style of football that Manchester City play, I mean, he's going to be simply phenomenal, and he's going to love it. And I think that is why Pep is going for it. He needs that somebody, somebody who can carry the ball in midfield. Unfortunately, Manchester City have not been able to do that. There have been so many games against big teams, against the likes of Manchester, against the likes of Arsenal, against the likes of Liverpool, even Spurs and Chelsea. But even when they played in Europe, there have been games where Manchester City have really struggled in midfield, and a lot of that has got to do with Rodri. But another fact is they don't really have any midfielder that can really carry the ball and drive it into the opposition boxes. And Reijndeers is going to come in and he's going to do that. His off the ball movement is very good as well. But I think what Guardiola is looking at him, he's going to be that guy that when he is in the midfield, he's going to be the one that he's going to demand the ball, and then he's going to dictate those passes, and he's going to help those older attacking players up front, the Haalands and the Marmoushes and all of them. So that is why he's coming in, and I think it's going to be a massive signing for Manchester City. That's it from me in this video. Let me know what you guys think of this deal. Do you think it will go over the line, and what do you think is going to be the final price of the deal? Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well, click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. Until next time, bye bye.